Hello. Guess what day it is? Friday, Friday, Friday is my favorite day. Friday, Friday, Friday is my favorite day. Oh, yes. Hello, hello, hello. It is Friday and it's 6 o'clock. Well, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. Hello, Pardsy. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, perhaps good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are in this beautiful world. And speaking of this beautiful world, where are you coming in from? Love to see where you're coming in from. As you know, I'm Tony Taylor, and I am here in the beautiful West Coast of Canada. And as you can see, it's very dark. I think it actually got dark at about 4:30. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, it gets dark very early. And, but you know what? The weather's been spectacular. I don't know how this weather's been for you, but the weather's been spectacular. The sun has just been so beautiful. The sunrise is magnificent. The sunset's magnificent. I would love to see some pictures. So if you ever get a chance to go on my page, I posted something on there today about what lights you up. So hello, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. This is so important right now. So important. We've been talking a lot about this in my quantum tribe, my quantum family. And of course, you know the mojo girl. Always talking about the mojo. Mojo gotta rise, and that's what it's about. And my topic today is a December to remember. And I'm not talking about a December to remember like that. I'm talking like, let's take the roof off the house kind of December to remember, right? That's what I'm talking about. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Stanley. Hello, Michelle. Thank you everybody for tuning in on my live. And if you just happen to be coming back on the replay, well, thank you so much too. As you know, I love Fridays, and well, I love every day, but Fridays are a really special place in my heart. This time, almost 4 years ago, I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I am your Mojo Mindset girl, and everything about mindset, and mindset is everything, as you know. I post a lot about that. It was my whole go-to thing in the golf world, because the whole idea was, as a coach, everything starts to manifest from what you're thinking. And we know we have kind of like two minds, and not really minds like we think. We call it the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And hi, Yasmin, thanks. But a lot of people don't realize is because, this little thing called ego, it's a nasty bugger, I'll tell you, that ego. It actually thinks it's very clever. And it can be very clever. It's a tricky little thing, kind of like what they said on Lord of the Rings, tricksy little hobbitses. Yes, it tries to play many tricks on you, but the fact of the matter remains is that limbic part of your brain actually really isn't the one driving the show. And when I say show, I mean your life. Okay? That's the key. So for a December to remember and get the mojo rising, we need to up-level that subconscious programming that actually runs the show. And I had mentioned that before. The conscious mind and the subconscious mind are very different. One's got 400 million in the bank and the other one's only got 4. So which one do you want? That's the way I always try to remember it. Hi, Christopher. So that's the dealio. Okay. But a lot of people have a lot of problems, or not problems. They run into a lot of roadblocks trying to really understand that whole rewiring, reprogramming concept in this whole kind of woohoo thing called the subconscious. But as you know, it's been talked about to the nth degree from all the experts. And I think you know all the names, right? That's all they talk about, because that's all there is. Because if you really want to up-level your life, personally or professionally, you've got to dig. And when I say dig, it's really more of like stand back and take a bigger view of your whole life. That's what it's about. Okay. It's about taking a bigger view of your whole life and looking at the different aspects of your life and seeing, well, I do like that. That not so much, right? That's what I'm talking about. We always need to step back and reevaluate. It's kind of like, when you're cleaning your house at spring cleaning, and you got to kind of go, oh, that's got to go. Oh, that's got to go. Oh, that can stay. And just like in fall, as I had talked about, nature reveals things that got to go. Because when you make room for things that no longer serve you for your highest good, it allows for more things to come in. So you got to get rid of the clutter, right? And you also have to up level. Okay. Now to up level, package deal. Talk about it all the time. It's a package deal. Okay. And it starts in here. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little story. Okay. I'm going to show you that your conscious mind really isn't as smart as it thinks it is. Yeah, I know. Hard to believe, isn't it? Especially after all that studying and all that education. You think we'd be just a little bit smarter, but we're not. So here's a little story. And of course, I'm going to go back because I'm going to show you and I'm going to prove to you. Yes, I'm going to prove to you how you can actually up level your mojo. And it actually starts with your mind, but in a part of you that you don't use enough anymore, especially when it comes to being an adult. Oh boy, are we guilty of that. Okay. Children are marvelous at it. They're marvelous at it. So do you kind of wondering what I'm talking about? Imagination. Imagination is the key to being able to up level and tap into parts of your creativity, okay? Your power is being able to use that imagination and take you to places you can't even imagine. Because guess what? That's all there is. Imagination isn't any more or less. Actually, it's more. It's actually more powerful than reality. That's right, more powerful than reality. So here's the dealio, okay? And I used to do this with a lot of my players on the tee. If you can imagine, like we have this whole kind of funny thing when it comes to golf. People are always afraid of like the first tee. They call it like the first tee jitters. So this will go to show you how how powerful imagination is compared to what you think is reality. And this is where those who are, let's just say, more experienced in the golf world, good players, efficient players, they're very good at using their imagination. Whereas somebody who's not so experienced, they get really caught up in the details. And as soon as you do that, your whole physiology shuts down. And that's the whole thing. It starts here, it moves into here, which is your heart, creates an emotion, and then your body, okay, then your body follows suit, okay? Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. That's basically how it works. So on the golf tee, I did this little exercise where people who have the first tee jitters, when people would say to me, oh, Tony, don't be silly. This is the reality, imagination, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, really? So you don't think imagination is very powerful, huh? Okay, well, let's just have a little exercise, shall we? Anyway, so this is how I did it. I would start to get them to be really comfortable, put them in a really nice, happy place, because I'd already have a conversation with them. So I already know what their happy place is. So they're really happy, right? And then I'd walk them through a couple of things. And then I'd lead them to the golf course and I'd lead them to the first tee. And I go through the whole scenario. And guess what starts happening? Their palms start getting sweaty. And I'm kind of going, and you could see like even their breathing started to change. And you're kind of going, what's going on with you? And they kind of snap out of it. I mean, that's kind of what it's like. Don't you notice that when you go into a movie theater and you get so entrenched in a movie and then all of a sudden something jolts you and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, you were like really thought you were like in the movie? Well, that's what I would do with these people. I would take them down a path that makes them feel really comfortable and really happy dappy. And, and then I kind of throw that whole first tee thing at them. And their whole body language completely changes. So to say that imagination is not effective or doesn't infiltrate anything is such hogwash. It is far more powerful than reality, far more. So that is the thing about your dreams and your visions, the things that light you up. This is so important to start spending more time doing that. It's huge. It's everything. Staying in that higher vibe of what lights you up is what's going to catapult you into a whole new different reality, a whole new life, a whole new direction, a whole new path. Doors start swinging open just like magic. Synchronicities start happening. Coincidences start having. No such thing, by the way, as coincidence. It's all happening. Hi, Moon. Thank you for joining. Hi, Yasmin. So this is the whole dealio, okay? So do you want to make it a December to remember in which direction? Taking the roof off the house? Or getting stagnant and stuck in all that lack, fear, scarcity, worry, overwhelm, not feeling safe, blah, blah, blah. It's just a choice. You have the power within you. You were born worthy, so powerful, but it's slowly been buried and buried and buried from all those years of all those influences, people, environments, institutions, right? Okay. You need to sit back, take a view like a theater, and start really deciding what direction do you want to go? What needs to stay to get the mojo rising and what needs to go out? Give it a kick to the curb permanently. Okay. And there's lots of ways of doing that. Let me tell you, I have gone through a ton of modalities and look at, there's a lot of great ones out there. Some so-so ones and not so-so ones. And it's really not that difficult. I got to be honest with you. It is not that difficult. So do you really want to make this a December to remember? Let's hear it. I want to see it in the comments. Yes. Yes. Okay. We need to start tapping in. Okay. We need to start tapping in to what lights you up. And the best way to do that is through gratitude. Okay. First thing in the morning, I see that beautiful sunrise. I am in awe. I'm in gratitude. I immediately go to my list. My heart starts filling up. I start breathing into it. It's really that's actually about as simple as it gets. I'm not kidding you. Start there. Okay. And I know there's going to be a lot of people. It's not easy. I get it when you've been programmed to believe something else. But trust me when I tell you, there are so many people out there that vibe in this way, and their life is changing. My life has changed. Do you remember my story? Mine changed. This crazy, overworked, overfocused, overachiever, perfectionist, driven, looking really good on the outside, this so successful coach, but I was miserable on the inside. You cannot be spiritually and emotionally bankrupt, okay, and think you're balanced. It doesn't work that way. Okay? It's a package deal. There's 4 pillars. Remember? Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. I'm working on my physical right now. Thank you, Fantasia. A little shout out to Fantasia. I'm doing our December challenge. Trim it to win it. In my case, it's not so much the trimming. It's more like, got to get my muscles back. Sitting on my butt too long. How about you guys? I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear your input. And, reach out. I mean, you can see my feeds. If you haven't seen my Quantum Heart Talks before, I've got my own, I've been adding them onto the YouTube channel, Mojo Wellness Now. You can head over there and see some of my interviews with some of the most amazing soul humanitarians who are in my quantum family. And of course, I'll be branching out a little bit more as well, because the whole world is based on energy. It's not based on matter, people. That ship sailed. Okay, that's old paradigm information. We're on the new paradigm information, which everything is energy and everything is connected. Okay, and to get on that fast track, we want the mojo up. We want the energy up. Okay, love, light, abundance, right? That whole gratitude and peace and joy and happy and, hope. I mean, this is what it's about. When you start getting into that, the guilt, the shame, the fear, the scarcity, the worry, the concern, the hate, is like, right? That's how you get stuck. That gotta go. That's got to go. Look at it, step back and say, you are worthy, not deserving. Not deserving. That's ego. You are worthy. You were born worthy. You must remember this. Nobody was born broken. Nobody. You are worthy of all this beautiful universe has to offer. You just have to connect to the genie, that beautiful quantum field. It is there for you. It's there for all of us. And when we start linking arms and we start linking hearts, our sphere of influence and that energy starts to rise even more. And it just makes it even that much more delicious, doesn't it? That's what it's about. Don't let this crazy reality, this crazy illusion. You know how you dismantle this garbage? This is how you dismantle this garbage. It's only hanging on because of the grip of fear, lack, scarcity, fear-mongering. If you feed it, it continues. Stop feeding it. You stop feeding it, guess what it does? Crumble, crumble, crumble. And they know it. They know it. That's why they keep bombarding you with all that crap, on that little thing they call TV. Or perhaps some of the social media sound bites, that are completely, a little, let's just say, a little deceitful, right? Okay. Don't just use this. Don't just use this. Use this. Use this. This is where your answers are. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Yes, gratitude is a great way to tap into abundance. Thank you, Moon. It's so, so true. It's everything. Attitude with gratitude. This is how I started. I started to awaken to even the tiniest little things. I'm telling you, it's the most wonderful thing that you can do to get yourself started on a whole new journey. And it starts to reprogram some of those false beliefs. Okay? Just because you believe it doesn't make it true. Okay? But your beliefs is what making you make those choices. So you need to step back and you need to look at those beliefs and say, is it serving me? If it's serving me for my highest good and it's making me go into a happy place, Well, hey, keep on mojoing. Keep moving on that super mojo freeway of that vibe. But if it's not, you need to honor yourself. You must honor yourself. It is the only way to dismantle all this crap, reprogram, okay? Tap into that infinite being, tap into your innate intelligence. And if you can't do that, I've got a dealio of a little tool that does it for you. And I know that some of you have heard about it. So if you want a complimentary scan on that, you know how to get a hold of me. I can link you up. And you want to come and check it out? I've got some beautiful soul humanitarians who will be happy to welcome you with open arms as well. So thank you everybody so much for joining me. I'm just so excited to be here on this Friday. I'm really excited about December. I got to tell you, I am super excited. I don't normally get this excited this early in December for like the holidays, but I am. I'm excited for all of you. We're entering into a phenomenal month, and I'm going to get into that in my next video because let's just say I have a little secret. And just to leave it on a really good note, the little secret is the light has won. And I want you to say it every day. The light has won. You are going to, as soon as you start saying that, I know that you're going to feel it in your heart. The light has won. This is how everything is going to start shifting and changing, like at speeds you've never even seen. I promise you. I promise you. So stick with the mojo, girl. Stick with our quantum heart talks. Come meet my beautiful tribe of soul humanitarians. And let's just hang out and let's raise the mojo vibe together. Sound good? Hi, Ari. Thanks for joining. Love having you here. Love having you part of this beautiful community. Let's do it. Let's link arms and let's link hearts, because when we do that, let me tell you, beautiful things are happening. So I'm just going to let this scroll just a little bit below so you can kind of get a little idea. I've got a huge challenge going right now, and I'm working my body and I'm getting trim it to win it with all my people, and just having a great old time. So I hope you will quantum leap onto another path and raise the mojo and start rewriting those known neural pathways. Okay? Start using your imagination. It is far more powerful than you can imagine. Far more powerful. So on that note, thank you. Thank you for all of you who are joining me this beautiful, beautiful Friday. And remember, you know what I always say, go on, walk those shackles. We're done. Activate that power source within you, that beautiful mojo, your life force energy, so we can start playing in a whole nother realm. And I sure love to do it with more of my mojo definers. So thank you very much, everybody. Namaste.